Welcome back, everybody. Hopefully you're all doing well. Today's video is going to be a lot of fun. So we've got something fun in this box that's going to go on this bumper. As you can see, the car is in multiple pieces, but it can drive. So we're just going to drop the hood gently. Just kind of wrapping up my headlight repair here, but that's not today's video. What we got is something very exciting right there. So let's go ahead and get the car fired up and backed out so we have some room to work in here. So if you guys have been around the channel for a little while now, you guys will recognize this LVA logo. So these guys sent me a spoiler back last year, I believe in November, and they sent a new part for us today. So we're gonna go ahead and get it all opened up and ready to roll. It is going to be amazing. And thank you to LVA for sending me this product. Again, they tell me not to open it with a sharp object. So what am I gonna do? Ooh, ooh. Yeah. All right, you guys ready? They sent a splitter for the Camaro. I am so excited about this. It's a black aluminum. Also, you guys, nice touch again with the freaking labeling. Look at that. So we're gonna go ahead. This is the Camaro V2 LVA front splitter for the 5th gen Camaro. This is a super aggressive splitter. My factory bumper doesn't have a splitter. Don't know if it was supposed to. It is a 2SS. I don't believe it did. So we're gonna go ahead and add one. It's gonna be awesome. All right, you guys, so within your LVA bag, you're gonna get a bag of hardware, well as a decal. They remembered I do yellow on my Camaro, so we're gonna go ahead and figure out how this mounts up to the factory bumper, and let's get started. All right, if you guys are gonna be tackling this yourselves, you're gonna want a drill, a 1/4" drill bit, the hardware that they provided, and a Sharpie or something to mark out your splitter. So luckily on my car, if you look closely, I already have mounting holes for a factory splitter. More than likely, if you guys have a Camaro, yours should have the holes as well, but if not, don't worry. You're gonna clamp your bumper to your new splitter, then you'll mark it out and drill through both your bumper and your new LVA splitter. But in my case, I'm pretty lucky. I'm gonna set the bumper up, get the distance I like off of the face, and start drilling. Super easy. You guys might want to clamp. I am pretty confident with my skill here that I'll be able to do this nicely without needing a clamp, but a clamp is also recommended. All right, you guys, I've got my bolts laid out. I numbered them, and I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 holes up here at the top to secure the front of the lip. And then on these bumpers, there's this little intake. It kind of looks like on the bottom side of the bumper. I'll show you real quick. And then we've got number 11 and number 12 to really tie those in. Let me show you real quick the front, what I'm talking about. You can see there's this little bump up here, and then it kind of comes back down here in the middle. We're gonna go ahead and leave that cool little detail. So let's go ahead and start drilling holes. All right, you guys, the hole drilling went really quick. As you can see, we've got 1 hole there. We've got our 2 up there. I moved them up a little bit, just a little bit more up forward. We've got all of our holes drilled throughout this whole thing. So now we're gonna pull off all this protective layer here and get it mounted to the bumper. All right, guys, so what I'm doing here is I'm spraying the bolt with WD-40. It recommends it on the LVA instruction. The hardware disclaimer is this is stainless steel and it's got locking nuts. So to keep it from seizing like too early, basically you just spray that down. You could use some anti-seize if you want. I just used WD-40 and went ahead and attached it. All right, you guys, the splitter is now mounted to the car, as you guys can see. So we're gonna go ahead and get it mounted onto the car and actually attached. All right, you guys, as you can see, the new splitter is installed, perfectly centered. Oh yeah, look at that, you guys. All right, you guys, we are on day 2 of the splitter install. Good to see you in the daylight, you guys. So we ran into a little issue last night. The hardware for the underside of the bumper on this car was a little short. Let me get this set up so you guys can see. So with the new splitter on this car, it is bright out here. So with the Camaro SS, the front bumper has these little like indentations where it mounts to the frame on the underside. And normally the bolt is about this long. So this is the one that's supposed to go in there. It's about 1 inch long. It's an M6 by 1, and it's a 23 millimeter. So I went ahead and bought M6 by 1 40 millimeter. So hopefully this works. It was kind of frustrating. I went with stainless steel. I mean, I already got stainless steel hardware on the splitter, so if you see it underneath, it's not gonna be that big of a deal. It was just a small bummer when I, last night trying to wrap this up, and I could not get that bolt to bite because it adds, with that indent, and then you have the flat bottom of the splitter, you'll lose about 1 inch, and so with this screw only being 1 inch, it just didn't get all the way up to the frame. So we're gonna go ahead and get these 2 bolts put in on the bottom, and we should be all done, and I'll give you guys a quick look on how the splitter appeared. All right, to try to give you guys a better idea, so if you see here, this pan head screw, that's one of the mounting bolts, and here's the other one. So what those mount to is there's a little bar in here that those actually mount to. So those are now attached to the frame, so this whole splitter is solid. So now here is the new LVA splitter on the Camaro. That really changes the whole look of the car. Super easy to install. If you guys are wanting to tackle this on your own, it really isn't that bad. Just make sure your holes are in the right spot for your mounting, and then just make sure you have all the proper connections. Once you get that figured out, like the hardest part for this was last night, it was like 9:50. I'm about half hour from the nearest hardware store, and they all closed at 10, so I wasn't able to finish this up last night. So I got up early this morning. That's why I look a little disheveled here. And went to the hardware store, got what I needed, and got this done. It looks absolutely incredible. So thank you to everybody over at LVA for sending this over. It looks incredible, and I love how it looks on the Camaro. This really is an amazing touch to the car, and it gives it that aggressive street stance that I'm looking for. And with that, you guys, I'll put a link down below. Go click it, get yourself a splitter. They've got them for every type of car. Just go take a look at their website. They've got great aero kits. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video.